Welcome to the Hashbass show, a story of pain and pride.
मेरा कम मेरा ज़्यादा मैं बस काफ़ी हूँ हाँ मैं काफ़ी हूँ मेरा कम मेरा ज़्यादा मेरा कम मेरा ज़्यादा मैं बस काफ़ी हूँ हाँ मैं काफ़ी हूँ मेरा कम मेरा ज़्यादा.
We're here with the one and only Hashbass, Harshit Misra. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming,
brother.
When I was speaking to the Misfits team about doing this interview with you, there were so many angles I thought that I could take as far as who you are and what you bring to the music industry, right?
Right.
And one sort of word that kept coming back to my mind, obviously you wear many hats, multi-instrumentalist, bassist, producer. Which one do you feel the most comfortable with?
At this point in time, I find myself like understanding that I'm at that level of composing and producing,
Yeah.
which has silently been a part of me forever.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't figure it out because of the challenges that I had in my life at certain points. And now if I feel like that I see music in a very holistic manner. I just don't see it like one instrument. I just don't see it as one part.
Yeah.
The challenge is always there for me because I need to break out, let's say, because I started as a hired gun, legit as a hired gun.
Yeah.
There's a Netflix series or something that is not here in India, but it's called Hired Gun. You should check it out. It's all about all the musicians, how they got the gig and whatever. So I started like that. But right now, after whatever I do, come to the point is when I'm as a hired gun, I have to have a different hat to play. But let's say in a space like Coke Studio,
Yeah.
where I got the opportunity to produce and compose, that's where the stakes becomes really different. That's when you become a center of things. So I'm enjoying being a center with the music, and it's also very interesting from the path that I came from is very singular. So it's like almost being like, you are the commander of your ship,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, what I like one word that that I thought could kind of put into context the kind of processes and work that you do in the music space was architect. Like there is something about creation
Good
is one
word.
thing. You know what I mean?
That's a good word, thank you.
Like there's so many. I love the phrase hired gun because there are so many moments as a musician where you are kind of trying to bring someone else's vision to life.
Yes.
Right? But there are other times when you can bring your own vision and you can sort of develop this culture of collaboration that people can then help you kind of work together to make something come to life.
Right.
And I mean, for a producer specifically, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of like going back and forth between these two approaches, Does that, do you think that makes sense for your journey?
The thing is, the way I started the journey, I myself did not know that I'll become a bass player.
Yeah.
I've never told this on camera, but I never thought that bass will become a thing, like hash bass will become a thing, because I never seeked out to be a musician in first place. I wanted to be an engineer, which I did pursue, and with that being said, there's also an angle where India is not like I lived outside India.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the culture or it's how you grow up that, music is not the first choice here in India.
Yeah.
But outside, at least you can choose arts. Here, choosing arts, at least when I started, was very hard. It was either you got to be a doctor, CA, lawyer, engineer.
Yeah.
And then when you choose something, which becomes your calling, I feel like music called me.
Yeah.
Rather than me trying to chase it. It called me. It put me, I don't know, the universe, like, or whatever the thing is, it just got me out of engineering.
Yeah.
And threw me in this. And ever since I've started this journey, which is long ago,
Yeah.
I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Amidst the figuring it out is a very do or die situation, that where it's like, okay, I don't have help, I don't have a backing, but I have this. So what do? Either I do this or I don't know what the other consequences is, because I always say this, at least my journey is like I've had very little choices. It's been more of this is the situation and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like and I relate this with music as well. It's like, okay, now you're in this city because you ran from your house, you didn't want to pursue engineering. So what do? You go into sound engineering, and then now you're about to finish this. So you're in a scare of like, oh, I'm gonna go back to Delhi, and then I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, because my dad's gonna be like, okay, now you're done. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So either you want to become a sound engineer, or you try to pursue something,
yeah.
which has been my journey. So it's like in cases like this, is like you kind of don't have a choice. Like it's like, आज ये है, और अब मेरे को इस पे act करना है. So that's that, man. Like, and
no, I find that really.
And that's how I've gotten these hats.
Yeah.
I feel like I have discovered these hats. Shout out to some of my colleagues or my friends who have believed that they saw this hat in me, where they were like, I see you beyond doing this because you are not acting as your present role.
Right.
And then you are like, you go back home and you're like, shit, I didn't play. I did more than this. I did arrangements. And then that taught me that, oh, I could be an arranger and in a live environment. So these are like, nobody's telling you this. You're like trying to understand.
Yeah.
And now what has happened is, well, that's a different topic. I don't want to talk about it. Now everything is very so loose. But back when you're like trying to understand things, it's like if you are the very few or the chosen ones, then you have to act upon it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like there was no going back. Like I did not understand. Like it was like, if I've chosen this music thing, I have to
commit to it.
Commit to it. Or if I don't want to do it, I have to do it now. Because what else will I do?
Yeah.
Like अगर मैं music नहीं करूँगा तो फिर क्या करूँगा? Like I already dropped out of engineering, and that's something that I've already like, I don't know, made a silent vow that I'm not going to do this. I'm being a punk.
Yeah.
So now I'm a punk.
How did it affect? Like, I mean, I love that you clearly had you were headstrong in the fact that you wanted the discipline to drive your next phase of your career. That's one thing. But the other part is how did that affect your approach to creation, like making music for yourself? Because you did then enter the more producer sort of part of your career. Did this phase in your life kind of rearrange how you approach the idea of creation?
When you keep sessioning for people, when you keep playing lots of music in different environments, in different places, in different styles. I played almost every style.
Yeah.
And I realized that there comes a point where during this process of mine, people would come up and ask me, hey, do you have your music? I see you play so well. I see you do this. But then at that point in time, I did not have a place to work. I did not have the right material to procure to sit down in a place, open a computer and figure out things. And at that point in time, I would tell people, हाँ है, but मैं सुनाऊंगा. So I would never make somebody feel like कि नहीं है, you are cancelled. Like, I would just always, this is my habit to at least meet at some point.
Yeah.
So and at some point in time I got exhausted also, man. Like करते exhaust हो गया.
Of course, I mean, you're only human.
Then came pandemic. I remember got a call March 10th. No, March 14th, because March 12th is my mom's birthday. I got this tattoo. And I remember March 14th, March 15th, I got a call. 65 gigs got cancelled of mine.
Wow. 65?
The whole calendar. Tuck, cancel. Tour cancel, ये cancel. आप घर नहीं जा रहे हैं, ये cancel.
Yikes, man.
So I was
just the financial opportunity loss.
Yeah, just gone. 60-65 gigs थे साल के.
Yeah.
So I got cancelled. ये artist का cancel, ये music cancel, ये tour cancel, everything got cancelled. And I was like कि भाई अब क्या करें? And I was stuck in Bangalore. I was not even in my house in Delhi.
Yeah.
And I had a MacBook Air, 128 GB. I had a 25 keys ka MIDI keyboard, and me and my wife now, at the point when we were dating, I had a Marshall ka speaker.
Nice.
And all I was given in the house that I was staying was a ironing board.
Wow.
I still might be having a photo of that place. It's so sacred. It was a 2.5 BHK. So that both rooms, women, they will not let you put wires and all.
Yeah.
So this half BHK, मतलब इतना छोटा रूम होगा, एक ironing board है, उसके ऊपर एक लैपटॉप है,
उसके नीचे मिडी कीबोर्ड
नहीं, उसके साइड पे मिडी कीबोर्ड है और इधर एक मार्शल का स्पीकर है.
वाह.
और अब आप चालू करेंगे अपनी जिंदगी जीरो से.
Damn.
जीरो से, like zero, like मैंने कहा चल यार अब मेरे पास कुछ बचा नहीं है, यही करना पड़ेगा मेरे को. और ये this date back to my when I wanted to drop engineering and do this. मैं कहा भाई ये नहीं करना तो अब यही करना है मेरे को. So again I was like at आप 10 साल के बाद आप आके फिर वहीं बैठ गए ग्राउंड जीरो पे कि अब प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. What I did have was an experience with my ear.
Yeah.
So I went through again my regime, as I say, of as fancy as my sound, 8, 9 hours of figuring things out. To a point I remember my laptop gave up on me.
Yeah.
बंद हो गया चलते चलते.
Wow, fuck.
I remember I had to, this was the second wave and third wave के बीच में my laptop gave up on me. भाई ये नहीं हो पाएगा. मेरे पास हार्ड डिस्क तक नहीं थी यार. So started slowly teaching myself. जी ये there is a thing called splice.
Right.
There is a thing called you can get samples from here.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do sampling. I always had a love for hip hop. Always have a love for things like just hip hop as a genre. It's very, and I'm a huge 80s fan. Huge, humongous.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. She put me onto that. So when I started listening to the music, I was like, bro,
I've been growing up
यही तो
listening to
करना
this.
है. And then the best thing, it was just me and these three things and an ironing board.
Yeah.
And there was a chota window next to it, तो उसके window के बाहर देखता था. And legit, I cannot lie to you, Aaryaman. I would start at 10 in the morning, break lete to a point where my wife would get angry at me. Bhai, you don't want to sleep, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Start writing music, go through this regime. I had like 5-6 EPs worth of material done.
5-6 EPs, wow.
Done.
Damn.
Done.
This was over the course of what, like couple months, 1 year?
Couple of months.
Wow.
Just लगा हुआ.
Do you think, I mean, this kind of brings me to the other section of what I want to talk about. Did this germinate the seed of what you now see as the House of Hashbass? Do you think these were the early kind of...
I didn't conceptualize this at anything. All I wanted to do was just write.
Just write.
I didn't care if it was a loop. I didn't care if it was a splice. I didn't care if it was a sample. I didn't care what it was. The main problem that I faced was, what do I want to make? Because we get influenced by hearing so much around us. There are so many boundaries, so many people shitting on each other because of like, तूने ये use कर दिया, वो use कर दिया, that you get lost. It's always just the noise. There's no silence. To date, I deal with that shit. There's just noise. Just noise is going on. Where is the silence? Where do I find silence?
Yeah.
And that is what I started doing. Like I was like, okay, I need to silence myself. I need to understand what I can do. And even if and most of this, what I'm speaking, I was figuring it out when I was making it. So if I make something, गलत हो गया ना, गलत हो के मैं ही ठीक कर सकता हूँ ना, कोई मेरी साइड पे तो है नहीं मेरे को कोई बोलने वाला ये क्यों किया आपने. तो the hit and trial method, which we all grew up on listening. Hit and trial. To date, I'm hitting and trial, doing the trials.
Yeah.
But understanding, oh, I can make this, oh, I can do that. The music that I hear of me making now, sometimes I wish when I started making, I wish I could go back to that, because that was not controlled.
What do you mean controlled?
Controlled in the sense in scenarios.
Okay.
That is just me with the three things on an ironing board, hashing it out like a crazy guy.
Trying and failing.
Just trying and failing.
Yeah.
Failing to nahi, matlab just trying.
Yeah.
Trying. And then you are just like, हाँ मैं अब ये ऐसे, I want to make my drums sound like this.
Yeah.
And now it sounds kachra. So then if it sounds kachra, you can shut the computer, go to sleep, wake up next morning.
Yeah.
Now here, when you're in live situation, like you can't make it sound kachra.
Yeah.
Because if you make it sound, then the other person will be like, you're out of the job.
Yeah. No, I dig that, man. And like I love like ASAP Rocky said this recently, where he's like, since when did trying become uncool?
Uncool.
Like let's bring that back. The idea of actually giving a fuck about an attempt, a trial.
Time
you
nahi
know?
hai bhai.
Time nahi hai. Man, Ash, I want to really talk about this new project that you're releasing. I mean, at the time of the shooting, you've already dropped one single.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Youngster, and you have this beautiful, this rich mixtape that's coming out.
Thank you.
House of Hashbass Volume 1.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about where did this stem from? I know you did play as the House of Hashbass for Lollapalooza.
Yes, sir.
And then this almost seems like a logical next step as a body of work that you've created, obviously with so many wonderful collaborators.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So, I don't care. Just, I was presented with this opportunity of Lollapalooza. I'm gonna date it back.
Yeah.
Because it'll all make sense in 2 seconds.
100%.
जी कलेक्टिव करेंगे नहीं करना मेरे को कलेक्टिव नाम नहीं रखना तो देन आई वाज लाइक कि नहीं रखूंगा मैं नाम अपना
घिस चुका है नाम ऑलरेडी
कलेक्टिव नहीं करना मेरे को तो देन आई वाज लाइक कि मैं अब क्या कर सकता हूँ अगेन ब्रेकिंग द नॉइज जस्ट लाइक सिटिंग देयर आई वाज जस्ट लाइक कि अच्छा क्या करूँगा इमीडिएटली मैं अपने घर पे था एंड आई वाज लाइक कि यार हाउस ऑफ हैशबेस तो ये तो मैं घर पे हूँ ये मेरा घर है हाउस ऑफ हैशबेस हो गया सिंपल मेरा थॉट था देन आई वाज लाइक कि अच्छा तो इसको मैं अब क्या कैसे हाउ डू आई लाइक माय फर्स्ट थॉट वाज अच्छा अब नयनतारा विल आस्क और सबने विल आस्क ये क्यों है हाउस ऑफ हैशबेस तो as their artist I have to give an explanation.
You have to come up with the reason.
कि क्यों है ऐसे तो मेरे दिमाग में आया मैंने कहा यार ये हाउस ऑफ हैशबेस है हाउस में डिफरेंट रूम्स होते हैं तो हर एक रूम में इफ आई कीप वन आर्टिस्ट दे विल क्रिएट एन एनर्जी सी आई फाइंड म्यूजिक इज वेरी एनर्जी एंड आई एम वेरी heavily philosophical so it's very energy based ठीक है बट एट द एंड वो मेरा ही घर है तो आई वाज लाइक फक आई एम गोना नेम दिस एज हाउस ऑफ हैशबेस cut to we did House of Hashbass at Lola. I enjoyed the shit out of that gig. Again, a lot of people, I've been with a lot of people on the journey, seen them grow. Like HMK, very old friend of mine.
Yeah.
I know HMK from 2019, 2018. You know, shout out to him. He's been the same guy since day one. HMK play the song.
Hell yeah.
I've seen like it's beautiful. Also, it's like कि भाई ये यहाँ से आए इन्होंने ये किया और अब ये यहाँ गए
Yeah.
और हम वही नहीं है हम भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं
Yeah, of course.
But it's beautiful to see our friends like do like this. So we did.
You go farther together.
Yeah, man. And also like the mutual respect. Ki like HMK, I 100% know HMK. He knows who I am.
That's what's up.
This is since 2018 till now 25 and forward.
Yeah.
You ask him, he'll say the same thing. कि भाई वो वही बंदा है.
Yeah.
ये वही बंदा है जो दिल्ली से मेरे को मिलने आता था बैंगलोर और we made few music and then ये वही बंदा है जिसके साथ मैंने लोलापालूज़ा किया and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying HMK is one example. So we did House of Hashbass. Then I was like, now this is it. As usual, my childlike mind is like, this is it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. ठीक है. Then I was like, okay, should I write music? And then Savane being the anchor here, I kept waiting. I said, okay, I'll reach out to people to start to do something. And then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then one day Savane just picked up the phone and he's like, why don't you start writing? And I said, you need that kick, man.
Yeah.
People don't talk about their managers. People don't talk about,
the team behind. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, you need to write, man. Even Nantara was like, you need to write, man. You should write. क्या कर रहा है घर पे बैठ के? You know. So and that motivated me. I said, man, I got to start writing. So you won't believe. I reached out to people, and I will say this: House of Hashbass Volume 1 is out of hunger. every person on it, at least 98% people who are on it are hungry. You've heard the names, you've not heard the names, but this is where the A&Ring comes in. This
I
is
love
where
that.
watching people comes in. You're like, oh, I like his style. Savane came to me with people. Nayantara came to me with people. Sunil came to me with people. Hey, you should try this. Then I saw people at gigs or some videos. I'm like, man, I really like this guy's style.
Could you give us maybe a sneak peek, an idea of who to expect on this project? Someone that maybe a couple names that you're like, yo, this is someone you should look out for.
Like Rak is one guy. Someone connected with me.
Yeah.
There's this guy Divyanshu. He's from East Delhi. He's Raga's friend.
Yeah.
Turned out to be me and Raga working on some stuff. Turned out to be his friend.
Wow.
I checked out his random video. I was like, dude, why? Because he did a song called Tommy Vercetti, which is from GTA Vice City, which is the game that changed my life. So I was
Vice
like,
City?
Vice City
Fuck yeah.
changed my life.
Fuck yeah.
Vice City changed my life. And I was like, if this guy likes that, maybe I can reach out to him and maybe I can make something.
Yeah.
Cut to, he's on the mixtape.
Love it. Love it.
Person like Sanya MQ. High Fly. Too raw.
Yeah.
Too real.
Yeah.
I fuck with people like that.
I love it.
Too real. People like Fo. I've known Fo before MTV Hustle and all.
Right.
I reached out to her. Shout out again, team. Like, hey, I think you should reach out to. There are people. Raginder, homie from San Francisco. I went to play some shows, met him there. Even before that, I met him in Bombay. I was like, hey, bro, I'm just doing this. Would you be a part? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw a very mutual respect from people. And more than anything, I would say is I appreciate people who want to invest in you. 2025, brother. You invest in me, I invest in you.
Yeah. It's got to be mutual.
It's got to be mutual. Every person is invested. Siege.
Yeah.
I have a crazy story about Siege. I can tell you off camera or I'll say it, that he was on a gig in 2019 that I was playing and he was working. And he got inspired seeing me play at that point in time.
He was working at the show.
At the show. Not as a Siege, but as somebody in the crew.
Yeah.
And he got inspired seeing me play music at that point in time. And I met him in 2025 and this is the first story he says.
Wow. When he met you.
When he met me. He's like,
that.
I've known you since forever. I said, how? He said, I saw that and I got inspired and I decided to name certain projects in my life after going through that gig. And you were a part of that gig.
Yeah.
I got inspired hearing that. I said, man, just the presence of me working. And at that point in time, I was not thinking about this. I told you my scenario.
Yeah.
It was just providing to the house.
Of course.
So I was doing my job, but I was doing it 800%.
Man, I mean, if anything...
Goosebumps it gave me.
Yeah, bro. Like, if anything that summarizes just this journey, you have been and continue to provide for the house. You know what I mean? Like, there is...
For the house, for anything that I do.
I love it. And luckily I got a chance to listen to this project. And what I really picked up on is that there are so many different sounds, there are so many different genres, but it doesn't seem at any place that there isn't a consistent string of narrative sewn through it. You know, it seems cohesive. It seems that you are letting people shine, but at the same time, there is a identity of Hashbass that runs throughout it.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear it. I'm excied for the world to hear it.
When I was making it, the intent was very clear. The intent has to be very clear. It was, you are welcome to my world, be a part of my world, make yourself comfortable, try to see if we can dwell, we can bring your world with my world together. And man, I'm so grateful to the universe or God. It's just, it was so natural for at least the most part of it. Pyrex, man, I met him in 2020 when I had moved out here. He was like, man, I want to make music.
Yeah.
Only thing I told him, I said, bro, I want to work with you when the time is right. We met the day he came to my house. We made the song that is on the mixtape.
Hell yeah.
I recorded him then and there, and the song is exactly got finished there. And we're both looking at each other. He's like, man, you're bringing out something in me that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I said, my only thing is that I want to push again towards the music.
Yeah.
Towards
always
that.
towards, yeah.
So indirectly, even I don't understand it, but when I try to think about it, it's going towards the music. Let that
Absolutely.
music do the talking.
I love that. And man, just on a concluding note, there are so many. The features that are on this project, as well as a lot of collaborators that you've been working with in the recent past, significantly younger. They're from this new wave of
Yes,
musicians that are
yes.
coming out of India. My question is twofold. One, is there something that you have found of that generation of artists that you think is useful in your creative process? And secondly, is there any advice you want to give to anyone who's aspiring to be, like another Hashbass, another producer, someone who wants to enter the industry in a way that's not just, it may not be necessarily face forward, but it could be more cohesive, a glue of sorts.
The first question what you asked me is like, what do I see in the
Yeah.
new thing? Man, they're very free. They're very free.
Yeah.
That's sometimes I envy that.
What do you mean by free?
They're free, man. They're just खुले वो नहीं होते like आप भाग रहे हो,
Yeah.
आप कुछ कर रहे हो, आप you are free to experiment. You put out what you feel you felt today, and it goes out.
Yeah.
I always say this technology is a huge part about all of this. Man, you can sit in your bedroom and make noise, and you literally can make noise on the internet while sitting in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wow, I
saying?
love that. Yeah.
And I'm seeing so much vividness. And I feel like I bring the experience in my way. And these guys, they bring whatever they're facing in their life now. And I like that. But the new guys need to like understand that you have to go through certain things. And I enjoy artists, but I love the people specifically. And this is just a personal thing. I feel like I love people who are hungry,
Yeah.
who really want to speak their mind out, who really want to express the art, and who are also fearless in their way. The more information will be shared.
Absolutely.
But I have to answer the second part of your
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot.
Go for it.
What advice you asked me? What advice I would give for somebody who's starting out?
If someone wants to, if they're going to watch this and be like, you know what, I see Hashbass and I want to do something like that.
I gotta tell you, man, that's a lot of responsibility. Follow your heart. I've followed my heart. Amidst the chaos, amidst situations, amidst changing countries, coming back to my own country, amidst peers, dost, dushman, kuch bhi, follow your heart. One thing I say, follow your heart, and two, you have to be honest to yourself. You can fake yourself, but it will come and bite you. And you have to be honest to yourself. अगर दुख में भी हो, सुख में भी हो, परेशान हो, अच्छा दिन गया या जो भी है, tough है, I would say this, it's tough, but you have to be like willing to believe that कि ये कर सकते हो. And if you don't have that will, have people, like have your friends around you. Like I have 5 friends who are the closest to me, and I know that they believe me
Yeah.
because they've seen my journey.
Yeah.
If they had not seen my journey also, but they do believe what I do.
Yeah.
और अगर उनको भी believe नहीं है ना, तो go to your parents.
Yeah.
और अगर parents को भी believe नहीं है, तो then just know that you have chosen this, and if you really want to follow this, just follow it. And somewhere I can guarantee you this, somewhere it will make sense. It might not make sense today also, it might not make sense in the months, in the year also, but if you, there's a saying na, can't say it properly, but if you are consistent, you will get it. If you are persistent, you will keep it.
Ooh. If you're consistent, you'll get it. If you're persistent, you'll keep it.
Yeah.
I love that.
So constantly करते रहोगे तो मिलेगा, but अगर वहाँ पे है तो रहेगा.
I love that, man.
But I have seen the altar of these things.
Yeah.
So I'm not like I'm not saying ki like, oh, I'm the guru or optimistic wala thing. Life is very real.
Yeah.
And please save your money.
Please save your money.
Please save your
Absolutely.
money. I want to tell you, कुछ पैसे बचाओ और don't plan. I was a planner, but all my plans changed in 2013, and I don't plan as much, but I would definitely say पैसे बचाओ और follow your heart.
I love that. Hashbass, man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time out with us.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
House of Hashbass Volume 1. Check it out whenever it comes out. Pa pa pa.
It's gonna blow you.
It's gonna I hope it blows me.